So I'm going down a rabbit hole the other day, right? I'm trying to figure out why everything costs $1 billion. And I stumble onto this story. And it is a masterpiece. It's a Rembrandt of stupidity. It's the Sistine Chapel of people with more money than goddamn sense. So you got this lady, right? Charlie Javice. She's got the whole package. Rich dad on Wall Street, goes to Wharton, graduates in 3 years, gets on the Forbes 30 under 30 list. You know the type, the kind of person who uses words like synergy and disrupt, and you just want to throw a pie at him. She starts this company called Frank. Frank. The irony is so thick he could build a deck with it. And Frank's whole deal is it helps college kids fill out their financial aid forms, the FAFSA thing, which is apparently a nightmare. Noble cause, whatever. So she's out there doing her thing, and she decides she wants to sell this company. And who comes knocking? Only the biggest, baddest bank on the planet, J.P. Morgan Chase. These are the guys in the movies who foreclose on the orphanage, right? The financial titans, the masters of the universe. And they are desperate to get in with the kids. They want to sell them credit cards and car loans for the rest of their miserable lives. So this Javis lady sits down with them. She looks these 300 investment bankers dead in the eye and says, my company, Frank, we got 4.25 million users. Millions of kids, a whole generation. And the bankers, their eyes turn into dollar signs. They start drooling on the $1,000 ties. But here's the thing. She didn't have 4.25 million users. She had less than 300,000. It's not like she rounded up. That's not a little white lie. That's like telling your wife you were at the library when you were actually on a bender in Tijuana and woke up with a face tattoo of a dorky. It's a fundamentally different reality. So JP Morgan, the geniuses, they go, this is great. Just, for the paperwork, can we see the list? A reasonable request, right? You're about to spend $175 million. You might want to kick the tires. So Javis goes to her own head of engineering and says, hey, can you just, invent 4 million people for me? And the engineer, God bless this guy, he's the only one in this whole story with a functioning brain. He goes, isn't that like a federal crime? He refuses. He doesn't want to end up in an orange jumpsuit. So what does she do? She goes out and hires a data science professor from a local college. She pays this guy 18 grand to just, create a fake list of 4.2 million students, names, emails, birthdays, the whole shebang, for $18,000. This professor probably went home to his wife. Honey, great news. I got a little freelance gig. Don't ask what it is, but we can finally redo the kitchen backsplash. She hands this completely imaginary list over, and JP Morgan's due diligence, their legendary world-class we run the global economy due diligence, they hired some third-party company that basically just checked if the spreadsheet had the right number of rows. Yup, 4 million lines of text, looks legit to me. Where do I send the invoice? They didn't check if a single one of these people actually existed. They were in a panic because they heard Bank of America might buy the fake company first. It's a fake company arms race. So they buy it, $175 million. They pop the champagne, give Javis a fancy new job, and then a few months later, some poor intern in the marketing department gets a task. Hey, kid, send out a welcome email to our new customers. He sends out a test batch, 400,000 emails. And what happens? 70% of them bounce back. The email server basically had a stroke. Of the few that actually went through, the open rate was 1.1%. That's how they found out. Not a forensic accountant, not a whistleblower. A goddamn MailChimp campaign blew the lid off $175 million corporate fraud. It's incredible. And here's the cherry on top of this sundae of stupidity. They sue her. She gets arrested, convicted, sentenced 7 years in prison. But get this, because of the way the acquisition contract was written, JP Morgan was legally forced to pay for her defense lawyers. They spent over $100 million paying for the lawyers who were defending the woman who scammed them. Can you believe that? You get robbed, and then the thief sends you the bill for his ski mask and his getaway driver. Her defense in court was basically, come on, it was me, a 28-year-old, against 300 of the world's top bankers. They should have known better. And you know what? She's not wrong. The judge even said it. The judge is sentencing her, and he goes, I'm punishing your conduct, not J.P. Morgan's stupidity. So she's sent to prison for 7 years, and J.P. Morgan is out almost $300 million when you add it all up, all because they wanted to sell credit cards to a bunch of kids that didn't exist.